My name's Paige. I'm a 26-year-old that works at a bank in the city. I work as a bank teller, and because I have to deal with many customers every day, it is a job that builds up a lot of stress. But what causes me more stress than anything? My colleague, who works in the same position as me, Mia. Mia had an outstanding appearance. She had long limbs and perfect proportions, but to be honest, her personality was the worst. Anytime I would see her, she would only bully me every time. "Oh, Paige, good morning. Did you not sleep well again last night? Your face looks terrible." "What, really? I actually got enough sleep last night." "Oh, sorry. You're right, you always have a weird face, I forgot. It has nothing to do with your sleep then." "Hey, that's rude." "What? But we can't help it, can we? An ugly pig is an ugly pig no matter what they're doing." Yeah. Just because she was a little bit attractive, Mia always acts and says things to me that are looking down upon others. To be honest, it's not like her face was that pretty either, but the presence of this woman was truly the biggest stress to me. "Well then, with that good-for-nothing face of yours, let's work hard at our desks again today. Make sure you don't upset the customers, okay?" Oh, she seriously gets on my nerves! Who does she think she is? Mia always comes to destroy other people's motivation, based on her own mood, so I didn't really like her, and I tried to keep a distance from her. But then, one day, just like any other day, I finished my work duties at the teller desk, and just as I was getting into my daily recap duties, when... "Hey Paige, can you do my daily recap for me too?" "What? Why? Do it yourself?" "Why not? Come on, please. Besides, I have a date today with my boyfriend." "What? So what? Whether you have a boyfriend or not has nothing to do with your work." You know, pretty girls like me, we're so popular that it's really hard. I mean, look, girls like me, there's no way guys can just leave me alone, right? I want to see my boyfriend soon, okay? And you'll get overtime pay anyway. Come on, please. You're so bored and lonely anyway, right, Paige? Hey, you don't have to say it like that. I'm also tired today, so you know what? Do it yourself. Huh? You can't even do a favor for a friend. Everybody listen up. Can you believe that Paige, she was complaining about everyone at the last company happy hour? Hey, cut it out. This Mia, she seriously has the worst personality. To be honest, at the last company happy hour, I was full of stress and I had quite a bit to drink, so I didn't mean to, but I let slip the complaint that I wished everybody could be more conscious of time and work a bit faster. I had intentionally sat far away from Mia, but I didn't realize she was close by. Ever since then, Mia would bring that up and use it against me whenever she could to her benefit. What are you going to do? If you don't listen to what I say, I'm going to tell everybody about what you said to them, and I'm sure it's going to cause more of a commotion right now. Alright, fine, but just this once, okay? And in return, you need to forget about that already. But also, stop spreading rumors about things I didn't even say. I just want to get along with my colleagues at work. What should I do? I guess it all depends on your attitude from now on. She is truly the most irritating woman. This girl was the devil. The worst. But she has a date with her boyfriend, and I have nothing to do anyways. So just this one time. And so I decided to take on her work and work overtime. And then I almost forced myself through the late hours to get it done. And that day I was so exhausted, I dove into my bed. I wanted to stay there and hibernate forever, but just as I was about to pull into a deep sleep, out of nowhere, my phone buzzed with multiple messages back to back. This is so annoying! It's already 1 o'clock in the morning! What is it? To all of the bank girlies, please keep next Friday open. We're planning on having a group date with the handsome men of Panic Audit Trading Company. Regardless of how late in the night it was, the messages were all from Mia. Come on, what is your problem? I am exhausted and it's all because of you! Wait, what? Group date? But I already have plans that day. Have fun, everyone. I replied to the group chat. But then, within seconds, Mia had replied. Excuse me, What are you saying? You seriously can't read the room, can you, Paige? Nope. If we don't have enough people, we'll have to delay the date. So you have to come no matter what. Otherwise, you're going to inconvenience everybody else, to the point where I'm going to quit being friends with you. Oh, please, you and I are just colleagues, and I don't ever remember becoming friends with you in the first place. Plus, who was the one that worked overtime for you today? No matter what Mia said, I was fully prepared to say no, especially to her outrageous reasoning. But then, because the guys were all from the major trading company Panicore, all of the other girls agreed with Mia and chimed in. Everyone tried to convince me, so I had no choice but to cancel my plans in order to participate in this group date. And then, a few days later, the day of the group date arrived. Nice to meet you all. I am Mia, and I'm in charge of the girls' side. Wow, she's dressed so over the top. She put a lot of effort into this. At our company, even though we didn't have uniforms, there was a rule for no flashy clothing and no flashy makeup or hair. But Mia was in an extra flashy lace dress. Her hair was all curled up, her perfume overbearing, in high heels, eyelash extensions that weren't there this afternoon. I imagine that before the group date, she must have rushed to the beauty salon to get all done up. And she probably brought that dress to work and kept it in her locker. I was shocked about how much effort she was putting in. On the other hand, I was wearing a simple office casual outfit, and I was the 180 complete opposite of Mia. When she saw me like that, Mia started making fun of me in front of everybody. This girl, her name is Paige, but look what she's wearing. Even though this is a group date, she has no taste, does she? And her hairstyle looks like a high school student. Thank goodness. Isn't it hilarious? Oh, how embarrassing. Annoying! What is your problem? Why are you trying to belittle everybody else to make yourself look better? And this is why I will never be friends with you. Impossible. After that, Mia's painful comments didn't stop. My name, Mia, means beautiful, love in Japanese. Isn't it cute? I know how to sew and I know how to cook. My dream in the future is to become a full-time housewife. My ideal type is somebody who makes over $150,000 a year, and in the future, I want to live in the middle of the city. Oh, but you all work for Panicore Trading Company, so I'm sure you all earn way more than that. That's amazing. You're all such good catches. I really look up to you. But the girls who know how to compliment guys like you are popular, even to handsome guys, right? You know, girls like me. Since we all got to meet here today, you can all ask me whatever you want to. I'll answer anything. Wow, what is wrong with her? Ouch, it hurts. I can't believe she's trying to brag herself about what a great woman she is. Of course, all the guys were shocked, and not in a good way. The other female colleagues that came on this blind date with us were also at a loss for words. But of course they were, because it was so embarrassing that we had a colleague like this. But then, what is it? Why do I feel like everybody's looking at me? No. If I think like that, I would also become a painful woman. The group date moved along, and right around the time that it was coming to a close, something happened that would make my anger explode. You know, Paige here, she is seriously so clumsy. I always have to look after her at work. You know, in order to make up for her, I always have to work overtime. Huh? Mia started this unbelievable topic of conversation, and as I was sitting there, stunned, in the next moment sitting next to me, but so that the guys wouldn't be able to see, Mia spilled orange juice all over her skirt. Whoa, hey! Oh, come on, Paige, what are you doing? Look at you, clumsy yet again. See, look, Paige, she's a good-for-nothing girl, isn't she? But don't worry, because I always carry around a stain removal set. Top-class girls are always prepared. Excuse me? A stain removal set? It's definitely a lie. You never carry around anything like that. That's right. This devil using me in order to show that she was a top-class girl, she purposefully spilled the juice on me. The worst! I had just bought that skirt recently too, so I was really shocked. I can't forgive her. All she ever thinks about is herself, and she's going to take it this far? My patience had finally snapped, and I didn't want to breathe the same air as Mia anymore in a place like this. I held back my tears, and I grabbed my purse with one hand and tried to head towards the exit. But it was at that moment.
Miss Page, please wait.
What? The 4 men who would come on the blind date stood up to chase me as I headed towards the exit. Oh? Huh?
Miss Page, are you okay? Are you leaving? I'll walk you out.
From what I remembered, Thomas had the highest record at the Panicote Trading Company.
Me too. If you'd like, should I walk with you to the train station, or would you like me to call you a taxi?
Huh? I am pretty sure Teddy said his dad was a medical practitioner. The other 2 men also came closer to me. Hey, you can just leave Paige on her own. It's fine.
Huh? You can keep your mouth shut.
What?
We've had enough of you. Plus, it would be boring without Miss Page anyway.
Hey, what do you mean? I could see the blood draining from Mia's face.
Oh, sorry. All 4 of us are actually after Miss Page today. All of us are into the short bob haircuts. Plus, ever since you sent us the photo of Miss Page before the group date, we all unanimously wanted Miss Page. That's right. Also, that skirt is 100% silk, isn't it?
What? How did you know? It is.
My mother is the owner of a clothing shop. That skirt, it was super expensive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really like this brand.
I think you should collect the dry cleaning fee from this arrogant woman.
What? Wait, are you talking about me?
Well, who else could it be? Listen, saying you want to be a full-time housewife, or that your ideal is a salary of more than $150,000, or that you want to live in a city center, it's really unattractive. You might be trying to prove that you're a high-class woman, but girls like that are seriously out of the question. I gotta say, me too. You're like the epitome of a painful woman. I could never date someone like you, and on top of that, did you really think that you wouldn't get caught spilling juice on your friend? You really do have a bad personality. Before you come on a group date, don't you think you should refine yourself a bit more first? You reek of perfume, and you put way too much effort into your hair, and that outfit is ridiculous. That's right, so I hate to say it, but we're all gonna leave now too.
What? Hey, wait a minute. Why? Why are you saying that to me? Are you telling me that I am beneath Paige? Did I just lose to Paige? First of all, there's no winning or losing, is there? What you did was terrible, Mia, and you have a boyfriend anyway. But because Panicote Trading Company is way better than my boyfriend.
Oh, I thought I had seen you somewhere before. What could it be? That you're David's girlfriend? You were walking downtown with him the other day, weren't you? I went to high school with that guy, and I know what a good guy he is. I'm sure he wouldn't be happy about his girlfriend on a group date. As his friend, I'm going to tell him about this.
What? You know about him? Stop it. Don't tell him. Please don't tell David about this, please.
If you were a good person, then maybe I wouldn't take it that far. But the way you've been treating your friend and talking about her during the whole date was really terrible. And watching you put us all in a bad mood. You wasted our time. You should really take a good look at your own actions. You have a lot to learn.
Learn these words from these elite guys. I'm so thankful. Mia was shaking from head to toe on the spot. Not only would she not be able to keep her current boyfriend, but the guys from the Panicote Trading Company had no interest in her. And I can only imagine how upset she must be right now.
If you like, should we all go to a second spot? Can we start over without this girl?
Great idea.
Well then, Miss Perfume Curly Hair Potato Dress can go home and have a talk with your boyfriend. Looks like you'll be busy breaking up anyway. Let's all go.
Yay! The group of girls were super excited. Right as we tried to leave this restaurant, Mia's anger took over and she did the unthinkable. Where do you think you're going? As she said that, she threw a glass at me. Mia went into a huge tantrum and the restaurant staff had to stop her before she was taken in by the police. She really did that to herself. With that, she just opened her own door to hell. After that, Mia was sued by the restaurant for damage to the property, and because of stress, she stopped coming to work. And after too many no-call, no-shows, she was dismissed from the company. She would be walking down a painful path because of her own actions. Now, after breaking up with her boyfriend, I heard that she had to move back to her parents' house in the suburbs, locked into her room alone. It turns out that she had taken out a loan in order to go to beauty salons and buy expensive clothing, and her parents fronted that loan for her, but she had no signs of getting back to work. And eventually, she was kicked out of her parents' home as well. In the end, she got a part-time job at the convenience store and is living a life in poverty, stuck with paying her debt back little by little. Even that appearance she was so confident about is apparently more scrawny and run down, and she looks twice her age now. On the other hand, as for me, after that group date, I became very friendly with Thomas, and actually, a few days ago, we started dating. Now, both my work and my love life are smooth sailing.
Paige, sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, Thomas!
That's another beautiful skirt today. Orange looks really great on you.
Thank you.
Oh, but that color isn't from juice, is it?
As if! My name is Paniko, 24 years old. I live at home with my parents, and I work part-time at the convenience store in the afternoons. I have a fiancé named Kevin, and our wedding is coming up soon. Kevin was a customer who often came to the convenience store when I was working, and that was how we met. When he first saw me working there, he said that I was so cute, that he fell in love at first sight with me. But actually, I had also fallen in love at first sight with Kevin, who was all muscular and manly. We hit it off straight away and started dating. And it wasn't before long before we decided to get married. However, there was one person who wasn't happy for us. I had met Kevin's parents multiple times already, and my parents loved Kevin a lot. But my older sister didn't have any opportunities to meet him, and we finally got our schedules to match, and they were going to meet for the first time this afternoon at my family's house. My sister is, how do I say this? She's a little bit of a different type of woman from me, and to be honest, we never got along that well ever since we were kids. I really hope she'll like Kevin, who she's meeting for the first time today, but, What? What happened? Your face is covered in band-aids. When I went to go pick him up from the station, Kevin's face was covered in scratches.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect a pillar to come crashing down on me and...
What?
Well, good thing my athleticism is top-notch. I immediately got out of the way, so was able to get out with just a few scratches.
Hey, you didn't get hurt anywhere else, did you?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm fine.
Kevin's job is a construction worker. That muscular body of his is the fruit of his daily labor. Getting injured comes with the job of being a construction worker, but I still get worried. Really, thank goodness you got out with just a few scratches. Just thinking about what could have happened to you makes my heart squeeze so hard I can't breathe.
I'm sorry, but you're right. I need to be more careful moving forward. Because this body isn't living just for myself now.
As we were having this conversation, we arrived at my house. But the moment I tried to open the front door, a woman came flying out at a crazy speed from inside. I was about to get hit by the door in the face. Whoa, that was dangerous! Hey, what are you doing? Come on, Paniko, you're just so clumsy and lame as usual. What were you gonna do if the beautiful me got injured? You need to be careful. No, that was dangerous because of you. You were about to hit me in the face with the door. The person who came flying out was my older sister, Melissa. See you. Wait, Melissa, you're already leaving? I brought my fiancé here to meet you today. I waited a whole 10 minutes and you didn't show up, so I got tired of it already. So I'm gonna go home now. But it's not even the time. It's still 5 minutes before the time we said we would meet, though. As usual, my sister was selfish and matching to the beat of her own drum, and I was over it. If I stay for more than 30 minutes in the house, the smell of peasants seeps into me and I hate it. This distasteful sister of mine married a husband 3 years ago who works at a major company. Now she lives in a luxury high-rise building in the city center, far away from our family home. My sister's dream was always to marry a handsome man with that high level of education and a high salary and become a full-time housewife. When she finally made that dream come true, it made her even more arrogant. She believed that the only things important in this world were looks and money, so she always looks down on our parents who have slowly worked hard their whole lives as being poor peasants. Of course, towards me as well. It's a hurricane of bullying. That's why ever since she got married, I hadn't been in touch with her at all. But then, without being intimidated, Kevin spoke up and greeted my sister first.
Oh, you must be the big sister. It's nice to meet you. I'm Paige's fiance.
When Kevin bowed and began introducing himself to Melissa. What? You're Paniko's fiance? Are you serious? As she said that, she kept staring right at Kevin. This guy is so tiny and dark-skinned, and his face is a mess! Hey, how dare you say such a thing? Ugh, how can you say that to someone else's fiance? My blood was boiling inside of me. It's true that Kevin is only about 5'4" and petite, but I was only 4'7". And plus, height shouldn't matter anyway. And his dark skin is proof of his hard work every day. And even though he's petite, he's stronger than anyone. How can you say that out of nowhere? You're crossing the line. Even though I was angry, my sister didn't care. I mean, come on. No matter how you look at it, he's tiny and ugly, isn't he? Oh, I need to go already. See you! Without paying any mind to my anger, my sister quickly walked away and left. As usual, she's the most irritating woman! I felt so sorry for Kevin, and I was embarrassed that someone like that was my biological sister. I became overwhelmed with emotion standing there in front of the house. Kevin was looking down as well. I'm really sorry, Kevin, for having such an embarrassing sister.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It doesn't bother me anyway.
Because of my sister, we were both feeling down. But we went into the house and my parents happily welcomed Kevin in as usual. Thanks to them, we both felt a little better. That day at night, all went well with my parents, and after Kevin went home and I was sitting down relieved, I got a rare message from my sister. What's up, Paniko? Are you seriously going to become family with such an ugly guy like that? Such a rude message off the bat. That's way too rude. Kevin may be dark-skinned and a little bit on the short side, but he's not ugly. Well, your eyes have always been rotten, so unlike me, you have no eye for finding good men. Excuse me? Who do you think you are? Stop saying whatever you want when you don't even know anything about Kevin. He's a really good person, and he's honest, and he also has a great sense of humor. I lost it and sent her a furious message. But my sister didn't pay any mind to my anger. If you marry someone like that, I feel so sorry for your child that's going to be born. You're also tiny, so of course your child is going to be tiny too. How dare she talk about my fiancé like that? I can't forgive her. I feel sorry for you, Melissa. You only judge people by their looks. You're someone who knows nothing and has no eyes for good people. I'm going to build my life with Kevin, and I'm going to be happy no matter what. It's a waste of my life to talk to someone like you, who can only look at people through a tainted lens, so I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I said that, and after the message, I ignored all of Melissa's messages. The next morning, when I checked my cell phone, I had a barrage of angry texts from my sister. More than half of it was her bragging about her celebrity life, and the rest was just berating me and Kevin. My darling is over 6 feet tall, and both of us have really high-quality faces, so when we have kids, there's no doubt they're going to be the best. For you, Paniko, the peasant life is so fitting, but I also can't believe he's doing man labor like construction. You're never going to catch up to people like us living in high-rise buildings. The big city is the best, unlike the suburbs where you people are. Isn't it amazing? A luxury high-rise apartment building. Have you ever heard the word view? Who would have thought that there would have been such a difference in sisters between their husband? How do you feel now? And well, she kept sending multiple pathetic messages like this over again. She's so bored, it's seriously pathetic. I'm just going to let her be. A few months later, Kevin and I had a set wedding date and we started sending out the invitations. I couldn't get in the mood, but because she was my immediate family, I did send one to my older sister, and as I expected, I had a message from her straight away. It turns out that my sister had asked my parents all about Kevin. "What's up, Panico? I heard that the tiny boyfriend of yours is a high school dropout. And on top of that, he's a construction worker. Are you being serious that you're going to become family with that?" "Excuse me? So what if he didn't graduate from high school? What does she mean on top of that he's a construction worker?" Kevin's family lost their father when he was still young, and his mother raised Kevin and his two younger siblings with just her two hands. When Kevin graduated middle school, he started working so that he could support his family, and he was earning enough to pay for his younger brother and sister's school fees. That's not something easy to do, and I really respect him because he's someone that's been through a lot, but works harder than anyone. Well, for a part-time cashier like you, I guess you're both low-class presents. Maybe you're a perfect match at the bottom together. I could never, ever. And plus, that face and that short height, isn't he too ugly? I can't believe I have to become family with someone like that. Ugh, give me a break. My sister's selfish and rude messages made me snap and my patience had run out. A part-time cashier peasant? That's because I'm working while studying for my own future. My sister, who doesn't have a worry in the world living in her high-rise luxury apartment, might be happy. But if I'm being real, she's just riding on someone else's life. My life is way more fulfilling than hers. I should be the one getting a break from being family with you. That's what I decided to reply back. I didn't think I needed to think of someone like that as my sister anymore. When I wrote that, I got this reply. Ugh, so annoying. It was just a joke. Panico, you could never take a joke ever since we were kids. Well then, see you there. But I knew the truth. That my sister's real objective of coming to the wedding was just to brag about her life to all our relatives. I'm sure she's going to go out of her way to try and show everyone the difference between me and her. On top of that, I'm sure she'll brag about her husband and use that to try to make Kevin the laughingstock of the party. This was my self-obsessed bragging sister after all. I knew that there was no way she would let this perfect opportunity of the wedding pass. So, just to be cautious, I made sure to tell Kevin that she would be coming to the wedding, and what her real reason for attending was. Ugh, she's so irritating! Even if she's my real sister, she's the worst woman! I informed Kevin about my messages with her, and my anger was starting to boil once again. But Kevin, on the other hand, was listening with a relaxed look on his face as if it didn't bother him at all. He was just brushing off everything my sister said, as well.
Well, just let her say whatever she wants to say. But even still, am I really that ugly?
Of course not! I love those thick eyebrows and your round eyes. I love them all! Kevin had a unique face with a lot of depth to it, and for someone like me that loves this type of face, I couldn't get enough. Plus, my sister only saw your face the day it was covered in scratches. Seriously, she doesn't know anything, and she keeps belittling us. She's the worst!
Well, the high school dropout comment, it is true, so there's nothing we can say.
But that's not something to be made fun of. You worked your butt off for your little brother and sister, and she's trying to make fun of it without knowing anything about the situation. Truly the worst idiot woman!
But to be rejected from the family does make me feel bad.
When I heard that, a bright idea shone in my head. Hey, if she says that she doesn't want to be family, then what do you think about this? Whisper, 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 whisper. I told Kevin about the idea that came to me.
You're a genius, Paige. Great idea. Well then, why don't we go with that?
That's right! It's time to serve justice to that arrogant, obnoxious woman! And so Kevin and I set out on our plan to get revenge on our rude sister. First thing in the morning, my sister was at our family house complaining nonstop. Oh, I can't get in the mood. This is such a chore to be here. I already know that a peasant couple's wedding is just going to be full of peasant attendees. A celebrity like me is going to stand out so much. That's right, I'm being forced to attend, so I don't need to give you any celebratory money, do I? Even though my parents were furious at her, she didn't seem to care at all. It won't be long before you won't be able to say anything like that anymore. You better watch and weep. The wedding venue. When my family and I arrived, most of Kevin's friends and family had already gathered at the venue. Within the attendees, my sister found the man that stood out from the rest, and she was ecstatic. What? Hey, isn't that... What? Isn't that the super famous idol Kenji? That was when Kevin showed up.
Oh, Melissa, long time no see. Oh, this is my little brother Kenji.
The person that Kevin introduced was the idol Kenji that my sister was freaking out about before. What? That super hot idol is your little brother? That's right. Kevin's little brother was an extremely famous hot idol.
Even though I worked so hard to get into college, that guy decided that dancing and singing was more fun. And now he's ended up as an idol. My goodness, he won't even listen to me, who's been like a father to him.
Kevin was complaining about him, but Kenji became popular because of his talent, and it's always best to go down the path you want in life. Well, even if this is what Kevin was saying, I know how proud he is of his brother's hard work. Kenji was similar to his late father and was nearly 6 feet tall, but his face was pretty similar to Kevin's. Well, perhaps if you made Kevin a little less hairy and a lot more light-skinned. No way! Why didn't you say so earlier? I can't believe I get to become relatives with Kenji! I can brag to everybody about this! Now that I look more closely, your husband is also handsome, Panico. My sister was so excited, and she was snapping 100 photos. However, this wasn't the only shocking thing. The guests on Kevin's side were CEOs of famous companies, or CEOs of famous brands, a really impressive lineup of people. When my sister saw their names, her jaw was on the floor. How? The room is full of celebrities and CEOs. What? You didn't know? Kevin is also a CEO. Huh? Kevin started working after graduating middle school, and he worked extremely hard. He became an extremely skilled construction worker, and after he saved up enough money, he started his own company. He has helped a lot of famous architects with their buildings and also has great relationships with a lot of young CEOs across various media industries, so he's often featured in the media too. Kenji himself loves being a construction worker, so he still goes to the site and works to this day. But it seems like he's really good at maintaining business relationships as well. Thanks to that, he often gets requests for building stores for high-end brands. And that's why there are a lot of CEOs from those relationships that are attending today. However, even after my explanation, my sister couldn't accept the situation. What? How? Because you're a high school dropout, aren't you? You only graduated middle school. No way. That a pathetic guy with such a low education. See? Again, she's discriminating against people just based on their educational... You're still going on about that. You seriously don't have an eye. Even though he didn't go to high school, he's earning 100 times more than most college graduates. He not only has a good personality, but his mind moves very fast and he's funny. So no matter where he goes, he quickly becomes popular. You know, there are a lot of times that education doesn't matter once you're working out in the real world. You must be really stuck in the past, putting on so much emphasis on educational background. How embarrassing! What is that so? That's amazing! And I get to become family with someone like that? I'm so lucky! Oh, then also that means I'm going to become relatives with Kenji. Well, then I guess I'll go sit near Kenji. The sudden flip in her personality. What do you mean you're so lucky?
Oh, about your seat. We prepared it over there for you.
In the direction that Kevin pointed was the farthest seat from the rest of the venue in the corner of the room. Not only that, but on the small round table there was only one name tag for my sister on the table. What? Over there? Why am I all by myself over there?
Oh, because I was told that I wasn't part of the family because I'm ugly. And I didn't want to cause any trouble by making it look like we were family, so we made sure to give you the seat furthest away from everybody where nobody would notice you.
What? Wait. Surely that's a joke, of course, right? Oh no, well, you spent a lot of time belittling us, didn't you? Well, that's that. So, and I have no plans on treating you like my family from now on either. See? You're not on the seating chart as family today either. You are at that seat as an extra person with an unknown relationship to the couple. Your name isn't even listed on the seating chart, so nobody will know that you're related to us, which is exactly what you wanted, so you must be thrilled. Anyway, this is how it ended up, so don't worry. My sister panicked at these words and started desperately trying to backtrack. Hey, wait! No! I don't want to! Come on! I was only kidding. Everything until now. Come on, just a joke, right? Right? Let's be friendly! Are you kidding me? I don't want to be friendly with someone like you for the rest of my life. Even my parents, who were done with my sister's careless words, said that they didn't want to do anything with her anymore. That's right. I was so relieved that not one of my relatives would have to listen to your bragging about life today. Then the wedding started and I was doing my best to ignore her, but she was just so persistent. Honey, go! Come on, be friendly with me! I want to become a family with Kenji! She was yelling the whole time from the farthest seat in the corner, and it was just so loud and obnoxious. The complaints from the other guests were also terrible, and in the end we threw her out of the venue. I never wanted to see her face ever again either. Don't come out of that luxury high-rise apartment for the rest of your life! I feel so much better now. After that, my sister annoyingly kept trying to come begging to us, but I completely cut off all ties with her, and I haven't seen her since. Ever since then, my sister refused to give up, and she kept chasing after Kenji, to the point where she was eventually arrested for being a stalker. As a result of that, she was also dumped by her husband, and apparently she's been working part-time at a convenience store now, even after belittling that job for so long. Nobody wanted anything to do with her, and she was left all alone. I guess she couldn't handle being alone anymore, but then she dove into gambling and was riddled in debt. I heard now that she's living on a faraway island while working at a construction site, trying to pay back the debt every day. What goes around comes around. I, on the other hand, made my debut as a manga author. I was dreaming of making my debut, so I was posting consistently while working part-time. My dream was finally becoming a reality, and Kevin was happily helping me as well. I'm going to work hard just like Kevin, and I'm going to succeed. 15 years later, 2 years after we got married, Kevin and I became parents to the cutest twin boys, and they grew up to become shockingly good-looking and even more so than the idol Kenji. At 13 years old, they were already almost 6 feet tall with a healthy build. Whenever they walk around town, there is a storm of scouts from modeling and talent agencies. They both have super great personalities as well, and it seems like they're both popular in school too. I wrote a manga based off the two of them, and it was a huge success. The series is still continuing, and it's a bestseller.
Well, it's a good thing they both didn't grow up to look like me. I am the guy they called ugly after all.
Oh, come on, Kevin. You're never going to let that go, are you?
Because I was pretty devastated by that. I was aware that I had a pretty unique face, but...
And that's the face I love the most. By the way, here, look at this. My manga is going to be turned into a movie.
What? That's amazing, Paige.
You and I are both in it as side characters.
What? Really? What's the role like?
Here, look at this. In the restaurant where the two main characters are having lunch after school with their friends, there's a couple in the background laughing and enjoying their meal.
Oh, that's definitely you and me. Wow, that looks just like us.
It doesn't it? While holding hands on the table. I'm feeding you ice cream.
Wait, hey, everyone is going to know about our real private life then.
Why not? It's the truth anyway. Thanks to marrying you, all of my dreams have come true. I'm so happy. My name is Paige. I'm a 30-year-old full-time housewife. I live with my salaryman husband Kevin and our 5-year-old daughter Penny in an apartment that we received from my mother-in-law. We lived a very simple but happy life. But then, lately, Kevin was acting kind of weird. One day, I was sleeping in the bedroom with Kevin and Penny sandwiched between us. I was woken up by a sound. and when I looked towards the door of the bedroom, I could see Kevin's back slowly and carefully sneaking out of the room. When I looked at the alarm clock by the bed, I couldn't believe that it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Even though he was going to change into a suit for work, I thought it was strange that he was changing from his pajamas into casual clothes. But I hadn't slept enough and I was tired. I closed my eyes once again, but moments later I heard the sound of the front door closing. He's leaving the house at this time? Without thinking, I jumped out of the bed. But then when I went into the living room, I noticed that our pet pug Gordon wasn't sleeping in his cage where he should have been and was missing. I see, he was taking Gordon on a walk. Until then, Kevin had never really taken care of Gordon. Even though he was the one that said he wanted to buy a dog in the first place. If that's what Kevin wanted, I reached out to a friend from my days working as a breeder and adopted Gordon. But now that I think about it, there was a time when I tried to take Gordon out for his morning walk, but he seemed tired and like he didn't want to go. I see, that was because Kevin was sometimes waking up early and taking Gordon for his walk from me. So he can do it if he tries. I had already woken up, so I decided to get breakfast ready and wait for Kevin to come home.
Wow! You scared me. I didn't know you were awake. You're up early today.
Yeah, Kevin! I didn't know that you were taking Gordon out for a walk. Thank you.
What? Yeah, that's right.
Why is this guy panicking? Perhaps she heard us talking because Penny woke up and came into the living room, so I didn't confront him any further at that time. But there was no way that I could ignore how strange Kevin was acting at that time. That's why, after Kevin left for work that day, I decided to do a thorough investigation. And then, I found something unexpected in the closet. Actually, this was on the day of my birthday. But the unexpected thing was, there was a paper bag with a box wrapped up with a present inside. The receipt was in the trash can, which read a brand-named t-shirt had been purchased for $200. It's a birthday present for me? I felt really bad for doubting him. Wait, but this birthday present and Gordon's early morning walks, how could they be related? The thought briefly crossed my mind, but I was so happy that after I went to pick up Penny from her preschool, I went out on Gordon's afternoon walk with Penny in the best mood. We were walking down our usual course and we made a right turn at the corner, when at that moment, Gordon tried to make a left. When a dog goes on the same walking route every day, usually they know exactly which way to walk, but... well, maybe he's gotten tired of the course already. I decided to let Gordon walk the way he wanted to, and we arrived at a house with the name Morrison written on the gate. I had actually been here once before. This was the house that Miss Morrison, one of Kevin's staff, was living in. When I once joined Kevin at a company dinner party, we found out that she lived in the neighborhood, and I think we went to go see her one time after that. When we got to the house, Gordon started barking towards it, and I didn't want to disturb the neighbors, so I picked Gordon up and brought him back to our usual walking course. Could it be that early in the morning, Kevin was coming here to see Miss Morrison? At that moment, the word cheating came right across my mind. Now that I think about it, lately, every weekend, he says he has a business trip and leaves, and he's been acting really cold towards me and Penny. But today is the day of my birthday, and I really want to make it a good day. Plus, Kevin had prepared such a fancy gift for me, too. It's not good to doubt him without any proof. That's what I thought, but so I decided not to say anything to him, but... Then, that night... Mommy! Happy birthday! Penny gifted me a drawing that she made of me. Wow, Penny! You're so good, thank you. As I said that...
Huh? Paige, was it your birthday today? I totally forgot.
Huh? In an instant, my mind went blank. But then, what about that beautifully wrapped box containing the brand-named t-shirt? After I put Penny to sleep, I couldn't help but ask Kevin about it. Hey, that brand name t-shirt that was inside of your closet in the gift bag. Who are you giving that to?
What?
When I asked him that question, Kevin spat out the beer that he was drinking. And about Gordon. Where are you taking him in the mornings?
Nowhere. I just take him on a normal walk, that's all.
This evening, when I took Gordon on his walk, we ended up in front of Mrs. Morrison's house and he started barking, though? I stared at Kevin as I said that, but then...
It's true that we passed by the front of Miss Morrison's house, but we just passed by, that's all.
What do you mean by that's all? Why are you talking like that? Don't tell me that you're cheating on me?
Shut up.
Kevin suddenly raised his voice like that, so Gordon got excited and started barking, and Penny, who was sleeping in the bedroom, woke up. Penny was rubbing her eyes and she looked sleepy as she arrived in the living room. Oh, you're so loud. What's the matter?
Nothing's the matter. Penny, go back to sleep.
When he said that, Kevin pushed Penny with an unbelievable amount of force and kicked her out of the living room. But because of that, Penny fell over some furniture. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Kevin went over to Gordon, who was still barking in his cage, and kicked it. I thought he was going into the bedroom, but then he walked out with his blanket and yelled, "I'm going to sleep," as he dragged the futon into the study. What is his problem? And plus, that reaction. He's definitely cheating. And on top of cheating, he was being horrible to my beloved daughter and dog despite being so much stronger than them, and was speaking like that to me. I really don't need a husband like that. I was boiling with anger and fury, but then... What is with this guy? I glanced over and Penny was glaring at the door to Kevin's study with a bright red face. That guy. I can't believe he forgot your birthday, Mommy, and he did that to Gordon. I don't want to think of someone like that as my daddy. Honey, your mommy feels the same way as you. At that moment, I made a few decisions in my heart. I was going to grab evidence of the affair and give Kevin what he deserves. And that's exactly what I did. Once I had it all in my hands, all that was left was to drop Kevin down to the depths of hell. I can't wait. 3 days later at night, it was a Sunday. Kevin had told me that he was going on a business trip and wouldn't be home late until Sunday night, as he left the house early Saturday morning. And as scheduled, he came home late on Sunday, and as soon as he got into the living room, he greeted me in a bad mood. Ever since he pushed Penny, Kevin has been in a terrible mood on his own. However, his tone suddenly changed as he looked around.
Where's Penny? Where's Gordon? They're not here?
I couldn't help but grin. Well. Why don't you take a seat over there? I tried to usher Kevin into the living room chair, but...
Huh? I don't even want to see your face for another second, though. You said that you were suspecting me of having an affair, but that's exactly why I hate you bored, full-time housewives. You just laze about all day and watch those stupid reality TV shows. And that's why you come up with all these ridiculous ideas, because you're so bored. Well, I don't have time to be putting up with your stupid ideas.
Kevin said that like he knew anything at all, and I couldn't help but to laugh out loud.
What the hell? What are you laughing about?
Hey, is mine really just a bored little idea?
Of course it is.
Interesting. Well, isn't that strange? As I said that, I opened up the sliding door that was facing the living room of our bedroom, and in an instant, Kevin went... I had no idea what he was saying as senseless words came flying out of his mouth and he started shaking in his pants. That's because...
Miss Morrison?
That's right. Because Miss Morrison was right there in our house. It seemed that Morrison had already given in to me as she sat there motionless on her knees. She lives at home with her parents, but on Saturday morning, I paid a visit to her house. And I informed her parents about the affair she was having with my husband. According to her parents, they said that she was on vacation right now and not at home. I can only imagine she must have been with Kevin. Apparently, Kevin said he would stop by the office before coming home, so they parted ways at their vacation site and she headed straight back home. She got back to her house before Kevin, and when her parents confronted her about the affair, she very quickly confessed. After that, her parents checked Marston's cell phone and they discovered her messages with Kevin. After beating her up, they kicked her out of the house, and then they messaged me that I could boil her or grill her or do whatever I wanted with her. Not only that, but this woman. So early in the morning, she was having an affair with Kevin in her house when her own parents were sleeping. I couldn't believe it. Please forgive me. We were only messing around. So you're saying that an affair should be forgiven if you're just messing around? You stupid, dumb idiot! Seeing Morrison crying and screaming, Kevin, who was shaking in silence, started shaking so hard that I could hear his teeth rattling.
Hey, are you sure you want to do this? If you get a divorce from me, you're gonna be stuck lost with nowhere to go. Ha, take that.
What are you saying?
Huh?
If I wanted to work, I could easily get a job, you know. I actually already reached out to my friends from my previous work, and they're looking for a job for me as we speak.
What?
You seemed so proud asking how you think we could survive without you. But even without you, we're easily going to have food on our plates. Do you get it now?
Ugh.
Kevin was so upset by my words that he started stomping on the ground. And plus, aren't you the one that should be worried? I'm planning on telling the people at your company about this anyway.
What? You're going to tell them?
When that happens, it isn't going to be hard to stay at your company. Remember, I'm pretty sure there was a time when your CEO was cheated on by his wife, and he was very upset about it.
But Paige!
At that moment, Kevin slid onto his knees to apologize.
I'm very sorry about this. I'm begging you. Please, please, at least spare me of telling my company.
It was too funny to see him like this. Tears and snot were streaming down his face as he rubbed it against the floor to apologize, and Kevin just looked so pathetic. It was hilarious. It was so tempting to take my heel to his head and help him wipe it off on his face on the ground. Sure feels good. It was at that moment. Mommy! The living room door opened and Pawnee came in. You were too slow to come get me, so I came in myself. When Kevin saw her, his jaw dropped to the floor. That's because standing next to Penny was my furious, raging mother-in-law.
Mom!
She lived in the neighborhood, and just in case, I asked my mother-in-law to look after Penny for the weekend. Of course, after I told her everything that Kevin had been up to. Miss Page, I'm truly so sorry about this scumbag son of mine. I heard that you put your hands on sweet Penny and pushed her, huh?
Ah!
My mother-in-law loved her grandchild, and Kevin fell back on his butt. She started to crack her knuckles, and when Penny saw her grandma closing in on Kevin... Well then, Mommy, let's go. Gordon is waiting for us at the front door, she said as she grabbed me by the hand. See you, old man. As though Penny's cold words were the signal, my mother-in-law took a fist and the palm of her hand to Kevin, and finally the Argentinian backbreaker! Penny and I kept walking towards the door, and with Kevin's painful screams behind us, we headed out the door with Gordon. After that, the apartment still belonged to his mother, and Kevin was kicked out. He wasn't allowed back on the family property. I informed people at the company about their affair, and both Kevin and Morrison were shunned by their colleagues. And in the end, they were fired. Of course, I sued them both for a settlement fee, and from Kevin, I collected child support fees as well. But in order to pay these to me, Morrison and Kevin were riddled in debt. Apparently, he tried to find a new workplace, but in this day and age when the job market is difficult, they weren't able to find any company to hire them, and apparently they were both running between multiple part-time jobs. All they can do from morning until night is work. It seemed that they were both devastated to be disowned by their families, and they were both destroyed, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It was nothing more than what they did to themselves, though. Well then, as for me, I moved back in with my parents with Penny. With the help of my family, I started working again as a dog breeder. Gordon is happy in his new home, and life is good. Oh yeah, when I was watching TV in the living room with Penny the other day. Mommy, The Olympic rugby game is about to start! Oh my, really? Alright, Penny, go get Gordon. We need Gordon to help us cheer in the rugby match. What? Why does Gordon need to cheer with us? You know how Gordon sometimes does this pose? When he was a puppy, he was doing that, and I knew immediately that we had to name him Gordon. Wow! Mommy, look! I can do it too! See? The Gordon pose! Wow, Penny, you're so good at it! My name is Paige. I'm a 24-year-old designer. I work remotely from home. Currently, I am living a very fulfilling life. But not too long ago, I had the worst experience of my life. When I was a college student, I used to work part-time at this one company. I met Kevin, who was also working there, and we became a couple. And we even started living together in an apartment. But then, about 2 years after we started living together, Kevin's attitude towards me started to get worse and worse. One day at night.
I'm home.
Welcome home! But hey, it's already 1 o'clock at night. Lately, you come home a lot at this time, don't you? I made you dinner and I was waiting for you, so you could at least let me know that you're going to be late.
Huh? I was in such a good mood until now. You're so annoying every single time. You can't even be thoughtful enough to cheer up your boyfriend who's coming home exhausted from the day?
At that time, I was starting to think there was a need to have a discussion with Kevin about whether to break up or not. Kevin used to be so kind. I wonder what happened to him. Then, a few days after that, Kevin came home early, which I thought was rare. But then he headed straight towards the bedroom and he started packing up a suitcase. Welcome home! You're very early today, but wait, are you going somewhere? Without thinking, I half-jokingly said, "Don't tell me that you cheated on me and got a girl pregnant. That wouldn't be a funny joke." I nonchalantly said, but then...
That's exactly what happened. That's why I ran home and I'm packing a bag now.
To my disbelief, that was his direct response. Hey, what are you saying?
I'll be staying at her house for a while. That girl, she lives with her parents and both of her parents have already agreed to let me stay at their house for a while.
What is this guy saying? It was so insane that I was frozen on the spot and at a loss for words, but Kevin grabbed his suitcase and started putting on his shoes at the front door. Hey, you need to wait a minute. I came to and I ran towards the front door, but without turning back once I was desperately calling out for him, Kevin walked out the door. I opened the door and jumped out, but Kevin was already in the elevator, and those elevator doors closed in my face. This is too much. I don't know how long I was there for. I fell apart on the spot and I was crying when a shadow came into my peripheral vision. When I looked up, a familiar face was standing in front of me. Mr. Thomas? This person was Mr. Thomas, who was the manager at the company where I was working part-time as a college student. And this person was Kevin's current boss.
Long time no see.
I'm so sorry that you had to see me in such an embarrassing state. But also, that is Kevin's lunchbox, isn't it?
Yeah, Kevin forgot it at the office. I heard from Kevin that you were making his lunch for him every morning. And I figured you would need it, right?
I see. Thank you so much for going out of your way. As I received the lunchbox in his hands.
What's the matter? Did something happen?
At his kind words, I felt my guard go down. From my eyes, large teardrops started overflowing again. Mr. Thomas picked me up, and as I was sobbing, he helped me get back to the front door. I just wanted someone to listen. I sat in the doorway, and I told Mr. Thomas everything that Kevin had done to me. Mr. Thomas sat there in silence as he listened to every word. And after that, he tried to cheer me up. He pulled out a tablet from his bag and showed me videos of cute animals and told me funny stories. But then, suddenly, a phone call came to Mr. Thomas's cell phone. It turned out that he needed to go back to the office due to a work emergency. And after using the restroom at my apartment, he rushed out the front door. But because he ran out in such a rush, he left his tablet behind. He brought me the lunchbox that Kevin had forgotten, and then he forgot his tablet there. I couldn't help but giggle at that. When I messaged Mr. Thomas about it, he replied that he would come and get it tomorrow evening. I wanted to hurry up and leave this apartment, but my parents lived far away, and I decided that I would leave this apartment tomorrow after I returned the tablet to him. And then I started packing, just in case I sent a message to Kevin. I will leave this place tomorrow, and I will tell the landlord that we're moving out. Well, of course I wouldn't get any response anyway. The next day, in the evening, the doorbell rang. So I checked the security screen, and standing there was Kevin and another familiar face of a woman standing next to him. This girl. Her name was Michelle. A few weeks before I quit my part-time job, she joined as another part-timer. She's the type of girl who changes her attitude between guys and girls to a shocking degree. And in front of guys, she plays the cute, sweet girl. But to the girls, she says things like ugly pigs and peasants, and I was bullied by her a number of times as well. When I opened the front door, Michelle opened her mouth first. Long time no see! I'm so sorry for, stealing Mr. Thomas away from you, she said with a self-satisfied face.
Paige, about this apartment, you don't need to talk to the landlord. Michelle and I are going to leave here, so you hurry up and gather your things now.
Huh?
I really wanted to kick you out sooner so I could live here with Michelle, but we were splitting the rent, you know? And it was hard for me to pay the full amount. Even though Michelle is the daughter of a wealthy family, as a man, I couldn't ask her parents to pay their rent, could I? But then Michelle's father said that if we were going to get married, then he would hire me as a manager at his company. My salary will increase, so that means you're not needed anymore.
As Kevin said that, he pushed me inside and barged into the apartment. Michelle followed behind him, but when she passed by me, she whispered into my ear. I finally got my revenge. Just because Mr. Thomas liked you, you got carried away. Now do you finally understand that I am the one that's above you as a woman? Oh, I see. This girl. She was jealous that Mr. Thomas and I were so friendly. And in order to get revenge, she stole Kevin away from me. How pathetic. But also, this is the person that Kevin was cheating on me with. Which means there's a high possibility that the pregnancy is a lie. How idiotic. But that being said, I don't care anymore. Before these 2 boxes got here, I had already finished packing up, and the boxes containing my things were already being sent to my parents' house. Kevin and Michelle sat down on the sofa next to each other and started flirting. Ugh! I want to take a razor and shave off the piling sofa and along with it both of their hair. It's what I wanted to do, but since he was cheating on me with Michelle, I figured that eventually he was going to get what he deserves anyway. I didn't need to dirty my hands for this. I headed towards the front door and I took 1 step outside, and at that moment...
Hey, you forgot something.
I didn't realize that Kevin and Michelle were standing behind me, and Kevin shoved Mr. Thomas's tablet towards me. Oh, that's right. That reminds me, Mr. Thomas is going to be here soon, isn't he? It was in that moment, Michelle suddenly grabbed the tablet from Kevin and she threw it directly at me. Luckily, I dodged it so it didn't hit me anywhere, but the tablet fell in the hallway and stumbled away. On top of that, Michelle put her shoes on and she took her high heels and stomped all over the tablet screen. Hey, that's... Even Kevin got on board and was smashing the screen with his sneakers. Ugh, it's none of my business what happens to you two next.
That was so refreshing. To tell you the truth, you've been irritating me for a long time. You don't even know how hard it is to be yelled at by your boss, and yet you had a higher salary than me? It wasn't there.
You super ugly little slut. You can fall straight to the bottom of hell. The two of them seemed to be enjoying themselves as they destroyed the tablet. They're truly such idiots. That's why I decided to kindly inform them. You know that's not mine, right? What? As soon as I said that, the two of them froze and stopped moving. That belongs to Mr. Thomas.
What?
What? The two pieces of crap widened their eyes and screamed. But from down the hallway, I thought I heard some very fast footsteps approaching us. I turned around to see a Mr. Thomas looking like a monster as he ran towards us. Kevin and Michelle panicked and tried to escape into the apartment. But Michelle stepped on Kevin and tripped together. Mr. Thomas, he is still quite young, but in both his personal and professional lives, he does everything thoroughly and without missing any details. And that's exactly why he was promoted to a manager earlier on. And when he yells at people who are messing around, he certainly does that thoroughly too. Mr. Thomas stood over the two idiots that had fallen down and started cracking his knuckles.
Hey now, you've done something quite interesting here, haven't you? Destroying my tablet like that. Looks like I need to make sure you two understand what happens when you do something like this. Huh? We are so sorry.
The moment Mr. Thomas opened his mouth, Kevin and Michelle got down on their knees and apologized. Mr. Thomas, what an impact. He's so strong.
This goes without saying, but I will be taking the cost of damages for the tablet. And also, I'll be taking Paige too.
What? To Mr. Thomas's sudden words, the two idiots and myself all had our jaws on the floor. And then...
Paige, I like you, but you were dating Kevin, so I was going to give up. And I was holding back my feelings. But if I knew this was going to happen, I should have taken you from Kevin a long time ago.
Wait a minute! Michelle seemed to panic as she stood up. No! But I like you way more, Mr. Thomas!
What did you say?
To Michelle's words, this time Kevin also panicked and stood up.
Michelle? What are you saying? When you're pregnant with my child.
Huh? Don't get it twisted. Obviously that was a lie. There's no way I would want to have a kid with you. I just wanted to see this woman look upset, that's all. Who would ever want to be with someone like you anyway?
You're joking. Well then, what about our promise to get married?
I was planning on dumping you right before we submitted the marriage certificate.
And what about becoming a manager at your father's company?
Who knows? My dad may have said that, but I'm not getting married to you, so there's probably no need to make you a manager anymore.
No way. But I already submitted my resignation letter.
Kevin turned completely pale as he crumbled to his knees on the spot. And then, crying and crawling, he latched onto my ankles.
Please, Paige. Please, start over with me. It's too awful.
I had never seen Kevin's face this messed up with tears and snot. It's too hilarious. On the other hand, Michelle had latched onto Mr. Thomas's ankles. You should date me instead of a girl like that. She was desperately begging to Mr. Thomas. But Mr. Thomas didn't even change his expression as he peeled Michelle off of him.
I don't find you attractive as a woman or a person, not even one bit. Get lost.
And immediately after he said that, he picked me up into his arms. Seeing this in front of them, both Kevin and Michelle scrunched their faces, and with tears in their eyes, they both reached a single arm towards Mr. Thomas and me.
Both of you, you better pay a settlement fee to Paige. You hear me? Well then, Paige, let's go for dinner together now. There's a restaurant I go to often that has a beautiful view at night. It's always been my dream to go there with you.
What? I would love to. While still holding me in his arms, Mr. Thomas headed towards the elevator. As the doors closed, I could hear Kevin and Michelle crying out, "Wait!" until the very last moment. After that, apparently, Kevin told the company that he wanted to take back his resignation letter, but he was told that it was too late. That guy, behind my back, turns out he had taken out a loan so that he could send presents to Michelle. In order to pay me the settlement fee, to pay back his debt, and to earn enough to survive, I heard that he's now working from morning until late night without much sleep. As for Michelle, apparently she went crying to her dad to help her pay the settlement fee to me, but instead she was actually kicked out of her family house. When Mr. Thomas went to Michelle's house to collect the cost damages to his tablet, he told her father everything, and that also seemed to be the deciding factor. Also, the reason why the wealthy Princess Michelle was working part-time in the first place was because she was also bullying her family, and her father eventually stopped giving her money. When he kicked her out, her father apparently yelled at her, I thought you were finally going to calm down after getting married. Are you kidding me? Then, not long after that, she started a job as a live-in maid. But Michelle had an affair with the director who was married. I heard she was sued by the wife and had to pay another settlement fee. Looks like she was living out of fate, falling to pit bottom. Well then, as for me, I was living in a weekly apartment for a while, but then Mr. Thomas found a really great apartment for me and I decided to move there. After everything that happened, I couldn't think about dating someone again right after all, but Mr. Thomas stayed next to me and he was always thoughtful as he chased me. The other day, the two of us went to the restaurant that he frequents. I had a great time again today. Mr. Thomas, thank you for always inviting me.
Me too. But I keep inviting you a lot. You sure it's not bothersome?
Bothersome? Of course not! That reminds me. I wanted to talk to you about something today.
Talk to me?
Yes. I really look up to you, Mr. Thomas, and that soft smile that comes across your face when looking at animal videos, I love that a lot. So, if you would still like to date me, I would like to accept. I really like you, Mr. Thomas.
Really? Yes.
I look forward to being your girlfriend.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!